I was thinking about you on this because we talked the last time about how, I want to make sure I say it right, you're the first Samoan American and the first Hindu member of Congress, right? And so you were this rising star in the Democratic Party. Everybody loved you until you started having these more heterodox views on certain things and pushing back on these narratives, and maybe wanted Bernie Sanders to get a fair shake and not to put the thumb on the scale only for Hillary Clinton on the Democratic National Committee. And then one of our moral betters, Hillary Clinton, really took aim at you and suggested you were a Russian asset when you were running for president and so on. And now you were one of the first people I thought of the other week when the John Durham investigation, he had to get his indictment against this one guy filed, or otherwise the statute of limitations was going to run. And so we got our first real peek at where the John Durham investigation into how Russiagate started is going, where his investigation, and where it's going is that Hillary Clinton is behind it, that Hillary Clinton is the one who put out what she knew to be false propaganda about Trump, the Russians, people around Trump and the Russians, suggesting that there was some server in Trump Tower that connected with a Russian bank, and this is how they were back channeling with Putin about how to get Trump elected and so on. It was her, it was the DNC, it was her operatives, and she had so many people from lawyers to political operatives doing her bidding. It's no wonder that's how she tried to take your legs out. She just went right back to her favorite go-to, the Russian thing, Russia, Russia, Russia. And so many on the left side of the aisle in particular fell for it and still believe it, Tulsi, still believe it. So your thoughts on that, on what we saw with the Durham investigation?
Well, first of all, Megyn, I'm sure that you were just as impressed as I was to see how the mainstream media covered this story and blasted it all over their airwaves, right? Right. Every headline. It's huge. Revealing the truth. Shock. Amazing. Yeah, maybe in an alter universe that occurred, right. But it's people like you and others who've been really drawing attention to this, which is not such a big reveal for those of us who've been involved directly with it. I mean, it points to, and the reason why isn't the mainstream media covering this? Why aren't they pointing to Hillary Clinton and holding her responsible and accountable for her actions and those of her associates, their collusion with the deep state? I know you've talked before about how this guy was supposedly duped the FBI about who he was working for. They claim they had no knowledge of it, working with the mainstream media to sell these lies. I mean, it points to the playbook that they use, the power elite. It points to the playbook that they use to silence, censor, and eliminate those who they view as a threat to their power, those who are outsiders, Democrats and Republicans, people like me, people like Donald Trump, who dare to challenge them, who won't toe the line, who's not going to go along with the establishment talking points and policies, and who dare to say, hey, you know what? I'm putting country first. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican in power. I'm interested in putting our country and the interests of the American people first. They see people like us who are outsiders as threats, and the actions that are being shown now through this indictment, what we saw play out throughout the last elections, this is exactly what they do. And the worst part about it is they get away with it. And so they keep doing it. And they're working in cahoots with each other to accomplish that.